All right, so yes, big news here on TmezTv. We got a new driver. We're bringing 2 cars to the Chili Bowl. I say we, Tim, EA Stealth. We got a second car. And I just got done shaking it down. Felt really nice. So, have you ever run a midget?
No, never.
No. What'd you think of the midget?
It's definitely different without the wings.
Yeah.
But still trying to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Definitely the power versus the size of the car is. I thought it would be power would be more aggressive, but it feels pretty similar, like the sprint car.
Yep.
Especially from like on a restart to getting to the when you're wide open, definitely gets going more.
It does
but
well.
This feels more kind of even, more equal.
What do you think about backing it in?
It's taken some time to get used to. But
yeah. Well, you look good out there, and 1 lap at a time is all you can do.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, we're down here at Marion County Speedway. Do the high bank hustle here. Track's slick, so we're gonna tighten this thing up before I go hop in it, but pretty excited. Tim, this is a brand new motor, new combination that he's been working on, and all year long we've been just trying new things. You know, it's just been a lot of work. The last one wasn't successful, so just dynoing it in the car, it didn't do what we wanted it to do. He pulled it out, pulled it apart, and he went back to work and came back with the same motor, different cylinder head on it, different combination of whatever it is. So we're getting ready to go hop in that. It made a little bit more power on the dyno, so that's exciting, but figured we'd take it down here and shake it down at the track. We got a second car we're bringing to the Chili Bowl. Garrett Benson, a young up-and-coming driver. I actually personally don't know him, but he's good friends with Tim, and those guys want to give a young guy a shot, so they kind of just put that together for a second car at the Chili Bowl. Chili Bowl's a long week, so it's good to have things to do. I'm gonna run Corbin and one of his buddies. I'm helping wrench on that, plus racing. Chili Bowl's always super busy. I'm actually having a baby. I got a baby due during Chili Bowl. Not sure how that's gonna work out. But as in life, all you can really do is play it one day at a time. Whether you're stressed or dealing with depression or dealing with personal struggles, one day at a time. That's your best bet. So today we're at the racetrack, living my best life. About to go take some laps in this thing. All right, so this is our brand new motor. Tim's been working really hard to make more power. Can't thank Tim enough for all the hard work. Thought we'd come shake this thing down before decloying, because there's no more midget races going on. The season is over. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's still races in California, but we're not going to do that. Hey, Tim, you want me to just get it up to temp and then run, or what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. It ought to come up pretty quick. That heater's been on there for 2 hours.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. I've already been out on the track and I know it's slick. I'm gonna go ahead and open the left front shock all the way, open the right front shock all the way, and that's gonna give me some forward drive because it's pretty slick right now. Okay, so Tim said this is a brand new motor, which means I'm just out here playing on practice day. I'm not gonna run the thing to the chip, so I make sure to pedal it extra down the straightaways to not drag it out on the chip. It's a brand new motor.
Racetrack conditions, that thing's pretty sporty.
Dude, this thing is badass. Honestly, like, it's fucking wheelie.
Coming off a 4, it's got the left front like that, just toting.
Digging.
Yeah.
Digging.
They just knocked the tires right off the hit there, didn't it?
Well, it's interesting, like, the motor definitely, I think we hit it on the gear because it's like, I could pretty much flat foot it in the corner. And so I feel like if you just change the stacks now, I can tell you whether it better or worse.
Okay.
All right, so we changed the stacks. They put some water on the track. We're gonna go try this again. Hey, thank you so much for watching TmezTv. If you would, please go like and subscribe. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Say I could tell a ton of difference, but the track's so much better.
Yeah.
Now.
Did you have the fronts let go?
Yeah. It's hard to say, but it felt like it was better.
Really hard. Wasn't any worse.
It wasn't like it sounded richer, but maybe that's just because the stacks make it sound different. You know, like idling, it sounded like it was richer, but when I took off, it took off really nice every time.
I honestly thought it might have sounded better taking off there than it did with the long stack.
I see.
What do you think?
I do.
I mean, be honest.
Yeah, I do.
And like I was telling him, the track's better, you know, so I feel like, and man, we gotta be off on the gear. You know, like but it's still pulling 685, 69, 85,
Well, and I feel
65,
like for the
85, which is still the same as it was before.
I feel like for the conditions, this car's not going to go around no faster.
No, I don't think it is either.
It ain't.
know.
I mean, you're using all the throttle you can use.
Yeah. Well, test is going good. Getting some speed. Finally pulled out the stopwatch so that we could kind of race against each other. All right, so not everybody works on race cars. Garrett does, and I feel like that's a big part of why Tim invited him over here, you know. A lot of this sport is how much determination you have with wanting to go fast and be the best that you can be in the sport, you know. And I think working on the race cars is a big part of that. If you're a young kid coming up, you know, like, it's so good to know what you're doing on the car and to have some sense of, you know, of the mechanics of the race car, ultimately. Yeah, so, like, when I go drive for somebody, they won't have a dyno sheet. And so I set the shock off of feel, and I kid you not, I told them what I wanted the numbers to be. I bounced on it until I felt right. And then we went and looked at the dyno sheets, and I was spot on. And that helps me, you know, when we don't have dyno sheets. So the shock program is huge in this deal. And I've honestly been wanting to talk to you guys about that part of it, because it doesn't matter whether you're on gas shocks or twin tubes. There is a shock that is best suited for where you're racing, okay? So if you're gonna be on like high bank tracks, fast, grippy, you know, let's say California is usually wetter, you're gonna wanna have some gas shocks, you know? Like, well, if you're in Michigan where it's really slick, if you're in Ohio where it's really slick, you might wanna get a set of twin tubes, and not even like, you know, your main shock companies, you know, is Penske, Avco, in our world, FK, CSI, what's the other? Slade, he does a really good shock. And these guys, you know, build their own pistons and parts in order to make their shock what it is. And so everybody's shock numbers and pistons and the feel is different. Because of that, you know, like if for instance, when the tracks would go slick back in the day, I had my most winning set of shocks was the set of Infinities by AJ. And I won the 4 Crown on it. I won 10 grand at Lawrenceburg. We won everything on those shocks. And then at the end of the year, Pro gave us the shock deal. And so the guy I was driving for, it was a 66 car at the time, they gave our shocks to Kyle Rogers and Jaden Rogers, and we went on to pros. And then we struggled with the pros. They weren't exactly what we wanted. And, well, I always had a trusty set of shocks that when it went real slick, I would throw on the car, and it was just a good old set of pros. It was a 4.7 right rear. It was a 3.10 left rear with a pair of 5.3 front shocks. And I'm telling you what, that thing would move around and dance more than anything you could ever put on it, like an FK or a CSI. But if you run an FK or a CSI, you can get gas or twin tube, big body, small body. There's all kinds of variations. And knowing what you should have is so key. I like to run... So I like to run this XT shock. What? We're at Jacksonville last week, and I'm pitted next to RMS. They run CSIs, and my good buddy Lee Phillips is down there. Fat boy. He's down there. He builds my shocks, and he's telling me not to run this on the right rear and to run this on the right rear, which is just a single adjustable, where this is a double adjustable. And this is kind of interesting. They're letting my crew chief take some laps in the car. And I'm sure he had a blast, as did I. We drove 3.5 hours to go test, and it turned out to be a really good day. We learned a lot and got to hang out with my friends. I'm headed to Australia this week to go run the wing car for 3 nights, Avalon, and then we head over to Adelaide, and then I'm on a plane to New Zealand to run Western Springs, Palmerston North, and then back to Western Springs. Thanks for watching. I'm out.